presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Stryker, discover your strengths and follow your passion with us. Fanuc America, the leading supplier of robotics, CNCs, and factory automation. State Champs, also working in partnership with the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
Thanks for coming back to State Champs. We are Indiana's high school sports show presented by Lawrence Technological University. I'm Kiera Hay, and we are so fired up because football playoffs are here, and we've even got some state finals action for you this week.
We sure do. I'm Lauren Plant, and we've got a lot to get to. We're going to go in focus on the Marion football team. Great turnaround story. Speaking of football, where has the time gone? Our first go through the regular season here in Indiana has been awesome. So we thought we'd start this week with some of the best we've seen so far here on State Champs. Enjoy. As we propel ourselves into the second season, the postseason, it's always fun to take a quick look back before we jump forward. The 2018-2019 regular season in the rearview mirror, but not before we put the pedal back to the metal. It's a potpourri of pigskin. Improvisation is the key to victory in many cases. Ron Paulus III, under center for Mishawaka Penn, directing traffic. Brock Boyenton writing tickets. We're seeing a theme here with sweet senior quarterback decision-making. Northview's Trey Shaw, big reason why the Knights' record's still unblemished. No one's gonna get him. But then again, can't get enough of those textbook touchdown passes. Carmel looking to make some playoff noise. Here, Tyler Trent and Christian Williams in sync. But now, as the weather begins to turn, it's imperative your running back can see the space, be the space, and somehow give you 6. North Central's Trayvon Elliott sizzles. Our Fort Wayne friends never late to the party. Big-time players make big-time plays. Wayne Southpaw signal caller Brandon Young with the bomb to the Ohio State commit Craig Young. That's getting it done, son. And sometimes you gotta pull a rabbit out of the hat. Brownberg's Ben Easters gives to Bryce Kurtz, and the delivery to Devin Robinson. Bulldogs biting. And it wouldn't be a true sensational season sizzler without some serious steak. The current #1 team in the Midwest, Warren Central, 9-0, big reason why. QB Jaden George cooking and hooking up with the 4-star Big Ten recruit David Bell with regularity. The three-headed monster also includes Ramir Elliott on the ground, who can carve it up with the best of them. Of course, it's not all about offense. We've got love for the defense, nothing better than a pick 6. How about Beach Grove's Sergio Hulse taking it the other way for the Hornets to the house? We'll top this recall with one of the best plays we saw all year. Avon's Henry Hessen to Cohen Merle, and the one-handed beauty in the back of the end zone. Enough with the reminiscing. What do you say? It's time for the playoffs. We begin with a first-round Class 4A Sectional 21 playoff instant classic. The Pendleton Heights Arabians invading Luton Stadium with a 7-2 record. The North Central Conference Giants of Marion unbeaten at 9-0. We picked this up all the way to just under 7 minutes ago in the third quarter. Marion in a dogfight leading 27-21. Pendleton Heights with the rock. Senior quarterback Christian Conkling with a great pass to Anakin Allison. What concentration! Giants hadn't allowed a touchdown at home all season. Conkling and Allison hooked up for 3. Arabians a 1-point lead. Giants defense then stepped up. Arabians pinned deep. Conkling scrambling and swallowed up by Xavier G. and Andreas Aguilar. Sacking the safety puts the Giants back out front. Marion then capitalized on offense. J.K. Thomas hands off to Khalid Stamps. 133 yards on 18 carries. The postman always delivers, right? But on the ensuing kickoff, the Arabians' Eli Pancol says we are not going out like that. He will slice and dice his way to pay dirt. No one stopping the senior Duke recruit. 78 yards to the house. We were tied at 35 in the fourth. 4 minutes left now. Heights now down 6, but on the doorstep, Conkling bobbles the exchange. Aguilar has it, and he will get an escort from all of the Purple People leaders to the end zone. Marion moving on as they defeat Pendleton Heights 49-35 the final. We go in focus on Marion football later in the show.
And the races are off. Over the Blue River Cross Country Course for semi-state hosted by Shelbyville High School. On to the boys race. Teams gathered together staying focused like Noblesville right here. Paces in mind, it was time to advance further onto the finals. And they were off teams from Avon, Zionsville, Cathedral, Pike High, and many more. And through the turn, it would be Cathedral senior Cole Hocker setting the pace high, leading the Fighting Irish team in the 5K, and the pack would follow. And down the stretch, it would be senior Cole Hocker of Cathedral. Cole races a 15:05.20, keeping the Fighting Irish on top of this one. A burnout to the finish between John Thomas Hodges, Nick Perkins would trail closely behind. On to the girls' race. And through this one, it would be Greencastle senior Emma Wilson in stride, looking strong in this one, trailing Carmel's junior Phoebe Bates. And down the line, Wilson would repeat this story. Last year, coming out on top, she would shave 10 seconds off last year's finish, racing at 17:31 flat. Bates from Carmel would finish not far behind, coming in second at 17:43.40.
So the primary reason that State Champs Indiana is now a thing is because the great people at Lawrence Technological University in Michigan want to let you know just what a fantastic place of higher learning they are, and the fact that they want you to check them out. Each week, we share a little slice of what's happening on campus. Last week was homecoming. Here's a recap. Homecoming is always one of the best times of the year. Here at Lawrence Tech, fantastic fun like the Greek games and the big weekend concert are always must-attend events. But since athletics came back to campus 7 years ago, checking out the big games is also on everybody's to-do list. The annual homecoming men's soccer game versus Rochester College got us going, and for the first time, this contest played under the lights. The rain didn't stop the Blue Devils from blanking the Warriors 3-0. Next, it was Midnight Madness time in the Don Riddler Fieldhouse. This, the official start to the upcoming basketball season. One of the highlights of the night is Lawrence Tech's participation in Team Impact, a national organization that connects kids struggling with chronic illness to college athletic teams. And in the first round of the Team Impact Draft, LTU selected East Point's Zachary Kelmar. Zach represents the true fighting spirit that will embolden Blue Devil basketball all season. And something we haven't experienced around here in 70 years, homecoming football. It was another sold-out experience for fans as Indiana Wesleyan and Lawrence Tech went at it for 60 minutes. And although the Blue Devils did not come out on top in the end, falling 38-24, both teams left knowing a brand new rivalry was born. Get caught up on the 23 men's and women's varsity sports offered at Lawrence Tech by logging on to LTUathletics.com.
State Champs Indiana airs Sundays at 10 a.m. Eastern and 9 a.m. Central on Fox Sports Midwest with replays throughout the week at selected times on Fox Sports Indiana. We've got a brand new redesigned website with lots of exclusive Indiana content, including Scott Bernstein's Rundown. This week, Scott gets you updated on the top football recruits in the state. Just click the Indiana tab at the top of the homepage and connect with State Champs Indiana all week long by following us on Twitter and Instagram. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. State Champs will be right back.
I want to be a dermatologist, and though a lot of universities tried to recruit me for basketball, Lawrence Tech had the science curriculum that I wanted. LTU's Southfield campus is a great place to learn. And the classes are small enough that I don't have to wait for office hours to talk to my professors. They're usually right by my side, challenging me and guiding me toward a successful future. Lawrence Tech, possible is everything.
I love working for Stryker.
I'm genuinely excited to come to work every day.
We support each other and look out for each other.
I love Stryker because we are like a family.
At Stryker, I own my career.
There are so many different places Stryker can take me in the next 5 years.
Together with our
customers,
we're driven
to make
healthcare better.
Great people with a strong mission and values can accomplish great things together.
State Champs, your home for high school sports. Off to Lebanon for some more Class 4A ball. The Tigers host the first round of Sectional 21, where they would try and ground the visiting Delta Eagles. Delta, despite a big loss a week ago to New Palestine, would look to get things going in this one. Tied at 7-all, Eagles with the rock, Brady Hunt under center. The sophomore drops, coverage check, finds Spencer St. John for the go-ahead score. The junior is fired up at this point. Eagles 14-7 in the third. Eagles in the air and on the ground in this one. Hunt gives it up to Wesley Wooden. He would take flight, practice paying off in this one, and the senior tailback races to secure a 2-score lead. The Tigers down by 2 scores would need to rush. Young QB Garrett Harker trying to push it, tosses it up for grabs. Wesley Stite with the snag for the Eagles would fly it back home. The Eagles taking control of this one. Tigers' Cameron Johnson punches one in late, but the Eagles edge the Tigers 28-14, the final.
Let's check out these highlights courtesy of the ISC Sports Network. Mooresville and Beech Grove in the first. Beech Grove's quarterback Jordan Reel on the keeper, diving in for the score, and the Hornets get that first score of the night, 7-0 Hornets. The Pioneers would respond. James Mabry hits the paint from 3 yards out, tying the game at 7-all. It was a seesaw match in the first half. Reel again, real smooth, this time with the long ball to Kion Tyler. Somehow gets the ball into his hands for the TD. Beech Grove up 14-7. More from Pioneer running back Mabry. He will bust his way into the end zone, tying the game up at 14. But from here on out, it was all Mooresville. Carson Goodman with the 30-yard bomb to John Eneman, making his way to pay dirt as Mooreville cruises to a victory over Beech Grove, 49-21, the final. Over to Noblesville for a Class 4A regional semifinals across the net. The Yorktown Tigers, undefeated at number 1 in the state, 4th in the nation under head coach Stephanie Bloom, would square up against the Carroll Chargers. The serve by Yorktown in the first, a good setup and the big spike, and the Tigers get the dig, but Carroll able to reset. Raya Swoverland sets, and Anna Free with the big strike. The senior keeps it close early. Big spike by Yorktown's Kenzie Knuckles. Chargers hold, a tip, a setup to Jalen Dunsmore, and the sophomore hammers it. Yorktown takes game 1. Tigers serve in the second. Chargers Carson Moeller with the drop shot, tying the game up at 4. But later in the action, Tigers would claim game 2. Tigers Kenzie Knuckles with some precision, the big ace just inside the line. In the third, the Tigers would not stop. However, both teams giving it their all on this volley. A tip. Here comes the return. A good volley. The Tigers defense defending the fastball by the Chargers. The setup by Kate Vincent to Kenzie Knuckles, burying the spike. Yorktown wouldn't be stopped in this one. They take the sweep over Carroll.
This is Alan True from 24/7 Sports with this week's State Champs Recruit Report. One freshman making a lot of noise in the state of Indiana is Gibson Southern quarterback Brady Allen, who has been the starter since the first game of the season for Southern and has generated a lot of interest with his size at 6'5", 185 pounds, and natural arm talent. He had already popped up at a few camps in the offseason and shown his talent, but he now reached a major milestone recently when the Indiana Hoosiers offered him a scholarship. The Hoosiers are in first, but look for Allen to pick up many more offers as he has interest from several major schools, including Ohio State. One senior in the state that is a name to know is Gage Baker, an offensive lineman and defensive lineman from Eastern Green. He was offered by Concordia in Michigan this week and is also being recruited by a number of other schools, including Worcester, who has offered him a roster spot. Staying in the senior class, Chase Havlin, a senior defensive end from Martinsville, was also recently offered a scholarship. He was offered by Culver Stockton. The 6'3", 230-pound Havlin was a preseason All-State selection with several other schools looking his way. For this week's State Champs Recruit Report, I'm Alan True.
Our State Champs Indiana production team is always actively looking for reporters on State Champs. So maybe you're a college student with some basic production skills and some experience in front of the camera. Well, we want to talk to you. Or maybe you'd like to write for our website. Tweet us or send us a message on Facebook or email us at our contact page on statechampsnetwork.com. Over the course of our 15-year history, a lot of young reporters got their start right here on State Champs, and you could be next.
I'm not built to walk away.
I'm not built to sit still.
I'm not built to stand aside.
I'm not built to speak softly.
I'm built for one thing.
FANUC America is the #1 supplier of robots, CNCs, and factory automation. Our certified automation training prepares students for high-tech careers in advanced manufacturing. Manufacturers use automation to maximize productivity. That's why high-paying careers in advanced automation are in demand today. Our CERT program provides manufacturers and educators a STEM-based curriculum centered on robotics and automation training. Contact FANUC to learn more about our certified automation training programs.
Back again.
You know me.
Pepperoni Asiago. Oh, he's so cute. What's his name?
Pepperoni Asiago.
I just want to eat him up.
Flavor fanatics love us because we invented flavored crust pizza with 100% real mozzarella cheese and fresh dough made daily. Now get meal deals for any budget.
Hungry?
Howie's!
My passion is architecture. I don't want to sit around passively studying. I need to create. In our architecture studios at Lawrence Tech, we collaborate with students, faculty, and professionals from around the world. And from day one, we design using the same industry standard software that architecture firms use. I really feel like I'm designing my own future here. Lawrence Tech, possible is everything.
Marion High School's football team went from the underdogs to the ones to look out for in just 3 seasons. Let's go and focus. Things have really turned around for the Marian Giants. From 2012 to 2015, they had a total of 2 wins and 29 losses. Fast forward to present time, they are undefeated in the regular season with a 9-0 record, and they won the NCC championship. So who is responsible for this drastic turnaround? Craig Chambers.
This is my 3rd season here. In the first year I got here, we went 5-5. I mean, it was pretty good for the first year. Last year we went 7-4, and then this year, to be 9-0 at the end of the season just shows their hard work on and off the field.
One of the major accomplishments for the Giants this season was finally ending their 12-year losing streak against Kokomo High School with an ending score of 46-7.
Yeah, that was a huge drought, and this year we stopped them, obliterated, so that's probably the biggest thing.
Coach Chambers credits the success this season to his 9 returning starters. He said they created an atmosphere of brotherhood and leadership that has taken his team to the next level.
This season stands out because the guys that's seniors now was freshmen. I didn't get to coach them the first year, but they got in the weight room immediately, and then each year they just got better and better.
It's taken a couple years to grow this brotherhood with my team, but I love every single person on the team. We fight for each other every Friday night, so.
The last time the Giants won a state championship title was 18 years ago. The community has been rallying around this team and are very excited about the possibility of becoming champions once again.
I told them when I first got here, I want the younger kids and the middle school kids to be like, hey, I want to be like number such and such when I get older. So that's kind of the pride that they have now, so I'm very, very grateful for what they have done.
Good luck on the rest of your season. For In Focus, I'm Kiera Hay. Next up, we head to the Indiana Farm Bureau Football Center for the finals in unified flag football. And we dive into the first. Vikings of Tippecanoe Valley would strike first. Andrew Thompson hands off to Tanner Trapedi, and he would find Connor Frenzel for the touchdown. Nice job. Vikings up 6-0. Stars would look to shine. Peyton Storms with the deep pass to Cole Carr. The 2-point conversion was good. Stars go up 8-6. The Stars would not back down. Peyton Storms with the perfect storm of passing, this time to Daniel Deckard for the tip-toe touchdown. Stars head up by 10. And it was all the Stars in the second. Not backing down, Bedford North Lawrence with another strike from Storms to Cole Carr. The Vikings would get another touchdown. Andrew Thompson tosses to Tanner Trapedi for the Valley touchdown, but it was too late. Bedford North Lawrence takes this one over Tippecanoe Valley, 50-26 the final.
More football highlights courtesy of the ISC Sports Network. The Greencastle Tiger Cubs versus the Danville Warriors. Danville senior quarterback Ben Slayton here on the keeper, hitting the paint, putting his Warriors up 7-0. More from the Warriors. Slayton with the pitch to Chandler Schubert, being swifty on the turf, and he will find reservations for 6. Danville up 14-0. The Tiger Cubs not giving up without a fight. And here is Damon Moody busting out of the gates, and he will go yard on the 73-yard rush. Greencastle now down 14. Danville was just too much on this night. Slayton, again, this time connecting with Zane Thomas on the 20-yard TD pass. Danville defeats Greencastle 27-7, the final.
Now over to the IHS AA Champions Network Game of the Week, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Hosted at Southport High School, the 5A Sectional 13 was on the line. Two well-versed and experienced teams, both through win and loss. Red Pride, the Quakers of Plainfield, taking on the Fighting Irish of Cathedral. Ryan Edwards under center for Cathedral. Drops back, zings it over to Bo Sanders, and the senior would find some stride on the right side. Some wheels on Sanders, puts a Fighting Irish score on the board, 7-0. Plainfield trying to bounce back, 3rd and 10. Cale Vanderbush at helm for the Quakers. Looking like Robin Hood with an arrow across the middle. Derek Keller there for the grab, and Plainfield evens the score 7-all. Cathedral at their own 40. Rain a factor in cold Southport with the handling of the ball, but you couldn't tell that to Chandre Sissel. Woo, some speed out to the left. He wouldn't like being tied in this one. Cathedral takes back control 14-7. The Fighting Irish too much in this one. Edwards with the give-and-go pass to Sanders. He would find the seam and bury his way to the painted line. Cathedral takes this one over Plainfield, 51-14, the final.
We know you're proud of your community and your school. And like they say on Game of Thrones, winter is coming. And we want to hang your school's basketball, hockey, or wrestling uniform right here in our locker room. So have your coach or athletic director give us one when we're shooting at one of your games, or send us an email at our contact page at statechampsnetwork.com. We'll come by and pick it up. Our main event is next. Coverage of the boys tennis state championships next on State Champs.
Since the dawn of man, storytelling has been the most effective and engaging means of communication. Whether gathered around the warm glow of a fireplace or the family television set, a compelling story has always moved people to action. At Yellow Flag Productions, the Emmy-winning storytellers behind our television programs are now helping clients create content that emphasizes their people and passions. Let us tell your story and share it with the world.
I want a career in robotics and automation, so I chose Lawrence Tech for its first in Michigan robotics engineering program. LTU's brand new STEM complex has a robotics lab where we can design, build, and program robots in a creative atmosphere. And the best thing is, I haven't graduated yet, but I already have a job in my field. I know I made the right choice for my career. Lawrence Tech, possible is everything.
Welcome back to State Champs. Hey, when it comes to boys tennis, at least in recent history, the state finals usually mean Carmel and North Central will be in the mix. 2018, no different. After all, the two schools have shared the last 8 state championships coming in. Were they the last two standing when it came to decide this champion? Let's find out. North Central High School, the host of the 52nd Annual Boys Tennis State Finals. The two premier programs in the state taking center stage again for the 6th time in 9 years. #1 Carmel on a quest for their 3rd straight state championship. taking on third-ranked North Central, who did win 3 in a row from 2013 through 2016. Let the games begin. Kicking things off with one doubles. North Central seniors Nathan Branneman and Brian McCauley taking on Carmel seniors Timmy Dixon and Garrett Lloyd. Early action in this one, and Nathan Branneman getting crafty at the net, NC strong out of the gates. But the Greyhounds would win 7-6, 6-3. Lloyd with the smash, and this duo went 20-0 on the season. To two singles we go. Carmel's Brock Fletcher meeting Ajay Mahentharan. Both guys patient on the perimeter, waiting for one to create the unforced error. Fletcher sends it into the strings, advantage Mahentharan. Great match, and this rally indicative of how it went. Fletcher trying to set up the perfect opportunity to crash a net, but Ajay with a seeing eye lob that can't be returned. Mahentharan wins 6-3, 7-5. It all came down to one singles. Greyhound Jr. Presley Finneman, 16-1, meeting the Panthers' Ian Brady. Brady in the far court clearly wants to keep his opponent on the move. Drop shot is returned, but Brady with a little lady luck. Point North Central. This was a straight-out slugfest with both competitors wielding two-handed haymakers. After this long rally, Brady's shot will fall just outside of the line. Finneman wins this exchange. Brady strikes back. High Archer will bounce right into his wheelhouse, and he won't miss, but still trailing. This is match point. Both know if they're going to go down, they go down swinging. Finneman at the net gets what he was waiting for. This overhead will give him the 6-0, 6-4 victory. Today, he is number one, but both guys left it out there.
Felt unbelievable, just being such a close match. Winning 3-2, it feels even better than just winning 5-0, so it's an exciting day.
I'll say Carmel does defeat North Central 3 matches to 2, 20-0 on the year. This completes the three-peat. Greyhounds, state champs again. All right, so that's our show this week, and the big classes in football start their playoffs next week.
And it's also Halloween weekend next week, and we celebrate it in a very unique way. If you're a Marvel fan out there, you're going to want to watch.
Oh yeah, can't wait. We'll see you then. State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Stryker, discover your strengths and follow your passion with us. Fanuc America, the leading supplier of robotics, CNCs, and factory automation. State Champs also working in partnership with the Indiana High School Athletic Association.